Howdy. This is the Views from the Shop podcast. I'm your host, your one and only host, Tim Miller. And today it is Thursday, June 5th, 2025. And I wish you a very, very, very happy National Sorry I Was on a Boat Day. Today's show kicks off the 2025 Summer Guest Series on the Views from the Shop podcast. We've got Baylor transplant now to Ohio State Center, Josh Ojianwuna, joining the show today. Josh, welcome to Buckeye Nation. How has life been in Columbus for the past couple months, couple days? Any highlights? Anything you love about Columbus?
I've been here for a week, and thanks for having me. First of all,
Hmm?
I've been here for a week and a day. It's been pretty amazing. Like I love it. Like there's a lot of stuff to do. Like a lot of places to go eat, and me being able to meet my teammates and the coaching staff. I've been loving it. Yep.
What stuck out to you so far? Meeting teammates, coaching staff, all that stuff. I know you're getting together with guys for the first time this week. So, what stuck out in that regard?
I would probably say like the togetherness, like the family aspect of it. I feel like to me here it's like a when I was transferring from Baylor, leaving Baylor to go to a different school, I was looking for a place where I can call home, a place where I can call like my family, my brothers, and I feel like this atmosphere where I am with the coaching staff and with the players is actually what I was looking for. So yeah, so I'll probably say what stuck out for me most is just like the family atmosphere that we have as a team and as a coaching staff.
Yeah, I know Jake Diebler. He emphasizes that from the top, the family atmosphere. So good to see that shining through so far. So let's back up and let's just tell your story as Josh. So obviously, growing up in Nigeria, take me through when were you introduced to basketball? When did you figure out I could be pretty good at this? And just kind of the start of your basketball story and journey.
So growing up, I used to play soccer. I played soccer basically till when I was 11.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people since when I was growing up have been telling me, "Oh, you're so tall. You gotta why you playing soccer? Go play basketball." And I'm like, "No, I love soccer. I'm gonna stick with soccer and stuff." So it got to a stage where some incident that happened. My dad got into a car wreck, a car accident. So we went to the hospital for an X-ray scan, and the doctor who was gonna do the X-ray scan saw me and said, "Oh, you're so tall. Like, do you play basketball?" And I said, "No." Then he said, my dad looked at me and said, "Okay, I think it's time like we switch sports because everyone has been saying you're so tall, play basketball, play basketball." So I decided to give it a try and I started playing. I played for a year. I loved it. Then I was blessed to have an opportunity to go to Senegal for a basketball camp called the NBA Academy. So I went for the tryout. I played over there and I came back home. Then the next couple of weeks, I got a call saying I've been accepted to come play uh, at the academy, which was like a blessing to me because in my family, I don't think anyone has left the country apart from me. So my dad was so happy because if what happened, like an incident that cost him like his injury was an incident that also gave me the ability to play basketball, and now I'm being able to like travel and go play for somewhere else. Yeah, so I went home. I went home. Then I got the text saying I'm being accepted. Then I flew back to Senegal where I stayed and I played in Senegal for 2 years. Then playing in Senegal for 2 years, I was able. I also transferred to playing at the NBA Global Academy in Australia. I played there for the same 2 years and a couple of months. Then I got recruited by Baylor. I wasn't able to go on any visit because that was during the COVID period, but I was able to get into contact with Baylor and stuff, and they said they wanted me. And I was also what helped me too to decide where I was going to go was I had also a player who played at the NBA Academy a year before me, so I was able to go in contact with him. I asked him like, what does he think? Like, does he think this is going to be a good fit for me? And he said yes. So I feel like part of that played into me committing to Baylor. So I went to Baylor, been there freshman year, sophomore year, junior year. It's been an amazing experience for me. Um, I was able to grow as a person, not just on the court. but also off the court, and also spiritually, I was able to grow in my faith. So played them um, freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, and then I decided like this is a time for me to like look for something else. And so when I put my name in the transfer portal, Luke, who used to be an assistant coach at Baylor, I put my name in like today, and he called me saying, "I'm already booking a flight to come see you. Like, we want you to come to Ohio State." And I'm like, "Okay, wow." So he came over to Waco, and we both had dinner together. We talked about it, and I told him, "Okay, I'm gonna like come on a visit to see what he's talking about." So I came on a visit, and I love it. Like it blew my mind. Like the not just I love the environment. Like there's is a lot different than Waco, so I love that, and I also love the coaching staff. They were always there during my visit, both for breakfast, lunch, dinner. Every time we hang out, all the whole coaching staff are always there. So I love that. Then I decided even before I went back to Waco, the last day of my visit, that's when I commit and said I want to come here to Ohio State because I feel like this is where I should be.
So let's. I've got a lot of questions from everything you shared. That's all great. I want to first start with soccer.
Okay.
So, how good of a soccer player were you? Was this like you're tall, so you should play basketball, or was the coordination maybe not there with soccer? Like, how did that all
No,
come
I
about?
was pretty good. I remember I used to play. I played for a team. I was like the team captain of my school growing up too. So
Mhm.
I was pretty good at it. But you know when you get to the point where you're like the tallest player on the field, and so everyone is like, "Oh, I feel like this is not the right spot for you. You got to switch it up and stuff." So I just ended up switching it up, and I don't regret actually playing basketball today because I love the sport.
What position did you play in soccer?
I was a striker.
So I'm here thinking with your frame, you would just stand at the goal and
No,
just put a hand up.
I
So you're out there running
I
around.
yeah, I was a striker. I never loved being a goalkeeper. No, to me, it's like I played. Sometimes I go to midfield too. Most of the times I play basically all position, but I never played the goalie. No,
Okay.
I never did.
And so when did you first start playing organized basketball? At what age?
When I first started playing, I was 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from 13, like moving into high school, how did you kind of immediately say, yeah, like I love this. I think I can be good at this? Did it take some time to develop into a
Um.
basketball player from soccer?
Yeah. The first couple of weeks I started playing, or I'll probably say months I started playing, I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing this. Then until I got my first dunk, and when I dunked the ball for the first time, the people who were on the basketball court were all happy, jumping and celebrating. I'm like, oh, this is a great feeling for me, and I loved it. Since that day, that's when I just the click just came in. Like, yeah, I love basketball. I just got to keep hooping.
All of us can relate to that. Obviously, I've dunked before on
Yeah,
a rim that's probably as tall as you are, so not 10 feet, but we've all been there at
yeah.
some point, slamming a ball through a rim. It's a magical feeling. So as you grow into your basketball career, take me through the time at the NBA Academy. How did you make the decision to go and say this is going to be something that I'm really going to pursue hard?
Um, First of all, one thing that plays out for me making my decision was like my family was in support of me doing it. They told me, yeah, like they feel like this is God opening the door for me to be able to like leave the country and come like probably go make a life for myself and be able to help my family in the future. So I feel like having a blessing from my mom and my dad and being supportive of my brothers and stuff, I feel like that played actually because leaving home at a young age is kind of tough though. But knowing that you have the support of your family, like for you to go do what you love doing, I feel like that lifted my confidence more to being able to like leave home and go play basketball.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be powerful for you. It sounds like the relationship with your family and the faith you have super important to you. So I gotta assume it's a tough decision to say, yeah, I'm going to go to the States and I'm not going to see you guys hardly at all. So how difficult was that decision? Maybe it wasn't, and it was just like, yeah, we got to do it. I mean, take me through your thoughts there.
I would say the most difficult part of it was when the first time I left home, like going from Nigeria to Senegal. Yeah, I'm far from my family. Like I'm not on the phone with them almost every day. I struggled a little bit at first, but I feel like what helped me through that situation was I also had other players who were from Nigeria too with me. So I feel like knowing that you have someone who is from the same country as you're from, like you can like bond with them, like talk with them. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that also helped me to like know that okay, that even though I'm far from home, at least I have people I can talk to who are from the same country as me. So since then I got used to it. Then I moved to Australia. I'm like, it's nothing new. I've already moved from Nigeria to Senegal, so I got used to like moving now to different places and different countries. So yeah.
Has your family be able to come see you watch play at Baylor? Are they going to be able to come see you watch play at Ohio State?
No, they haven't come to see me play at Baylor, but the goal is hopefully before the end of my college season to have my family come over here and watch me at least play in a game.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
We'll be hoping for that and watching for that as well. I'm sure that'll be very very special for you. So as we continue through kind of the background for you, I'm assuming there's some culture shock going country to country. So, what would you say is most different about living in the United States compared to overseas? Maybe that people wouldn't really think of or recognize. Like, obviously, there's the time change and there's the normal things that you think of, right? And that you adjust
Yeah.
to. But in the first couple of weeks or so, like, can you think back to, man, like this part about the US is crazy?
Um, I would kind of say the language, not the accent for me was kind of like a struggle, because I remember sometimes when I speak, a lot of people say sometimes they say you sound like you sound African. Some say you sound Australian because I have I've been missed in different countries. So like sometimes when I speak, they say they're confused about my accent. They also think they didn't understand also that back home in Nigeria we do speak English. So a lot of people think, oh, do you learn how to speak English in Australia? Your English is pretty good. I feel like that too, and also um, meeting different people and seeing different cultures. Like when I went to Senegal, I went from an English speaking country to a French speaking country. So the first couple of months was kind of a struggle for me with the language barrier. Like sometimes you're trying to talk to your teammate and they don't even understand what you're saying. So I feel like that was kind of a little bit of a struggle for me. But when I moved to Australia, they do speak English. So I feel like that helped me too to like, okay. And I was also being able to meet people from different countries who came to the academy too in Australia. Like we have guys from China, Egypt, like from everywhere around the world. I feel like that also helped me to experience different culture, and also some of the languages they do speak. I also pick up on it a little bit though. So yeah, but coming into the US, I feel like it wasn't a struggle for me too, anyways, because when I was at the academy in Australia or in Senegal, we do fly to the US to play some AAU basketball game and stuff. So I feel like moving here wasn't like a struggle to me. I just feel like I blend in pretty good.
Are there any like restaurants or any American specific foods or anything otherwise where you're like, man, like this is nice. I could get used to this.
Um, I love lobster rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, I love that a lot. And also, I'm also cute. I love chicken wings. I love that too,
Okay.
though. And also the burgers too. The burgers are like nice. So yeah.
So the lobster rolls are those I didn't realize Texas specialized in that. Like have you had a nice like Maine lobster roll or New
Yep.
England, anything
There-
like that?
There's a restaurant called Opos. Yeah, they make it's basically like seafood, and to
Mhm.
me, so I've been hearing about lobster rolls, lobster rolls, lobster rolls. I never understand what it was till I went there with my girlfriend, and it was mind blowing. The first time I tried it, I loved it. So yeah, yeah.
Uh has there been any work put in at this point? Can we get an NIL deal for you specifically around someone who sells lobster rolls? Like,
Lobster
is
rolls.
would that be a dream come true for you?
If that's an opportunity, yeah, I will gladly take it. I will
We'll
gladly.
work on it.
Yeah.
We gotta see what we can do, right?
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
You've got what 2 years? Do you have 2 years of eligibility left? Who knows? No one knows how much eligibility we have
Yeah,
left.
because
But
right now the NCAA is trying to add 1 more year, so I feel like
yeah.
if that goes through, yes, I have 2 more years left.
So we'll get into some portal talk here because I do want to talk about the conversations, from Baylor to Ohio State. But
Yeah,
I mean, there's still guys hasn't been talked about on the show yet. But Ohio State wants a guy who maybe he's going to get another year. We don't know. Like this stuff is wild, and
yeah.
we'll talk about your knee injury as well. Maybe you'll get next year because of that. I don't know. But I really admire your story at Baylor because not only do you come from overseas and then you go to Baylor, but you play there for 3 years. And I talk about this a lot on the show. Bruce Thornton is the last of his breed. There will never be a Bruce Thornton again, not just Ohio State basketball, but college basketball, at least as we see it today, because of the NIL era and players who develop, they move to the NBA or they move to a different Power Five program at this point. So your story is very similar to that, where year over year, you improved, you got more playing time, and you started to really develop at Baylor, and then you found a new opportunity. So, as you look back at your 3 years at Baylor, what kind of key lessons do you have playing there, whether it be from the coaching staff, developing as a player, developing as a person, and growing? What sticks out to you there?
Um, I would just say, as a freshman, all I gotta say is you gotta trust the process, because is a different level of basketball from high school to college. So, like, trusting the process for sure. Like, I know a lot of people want to come in and just impact the game real quick, but like I said, it's a different competition from high school to college. But also, like, surrounding yourself with good people, that actually does help too. So I can tell the big difference from my freshman year to my junior year. Um,
Mhm.
I I grew as a player, and also as a young man, as a person. Well, like I said, on and off the court. So I believe also having a conversation with the coaches, like making sure that they do believe and trust in you, because it's not easy to stay, like you said, with NIL and stuff right now. There's a lot of people just after the first year they're just gonna go somewhere else and stuff. And so I feel like knowing like the coaches trust you and want to bring you back for another year, I feel like that plays a good role to show who you are individually as a person. So I just feel like with that, I surround myself with the right people. The coaches, they do love me. I never had no issue with them. I never had no issue with my teammate. I feel like that actually played a role for me to say, okay, I want to come back 1 more year and play for you guys, and I want to come back again my junior year and also play for them. So yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask too, and this is something that's pretty unique to the Ohio State portal class this year. Is you played 3 years at Baylor, Brandon Knoll played 3 years at Wright State, Christoph Tilley played I think 3 years at Santa Clara, Gabe Cup's 2 years at IU. So you had 2 seasons where you could have decided, you know what, I'm out of here. I can get more money somewhere else, or I can get better opportunities somewhere else, or I don't love being at Baylor, whatever the case may be. So what made you decide I'm going to stick at Baylor the past 2 years where you had the opportunity to go elsewhere?
Um, I would say probably is the coaching staff, and also that's why I said it's like the Baylor family is like is so close that, let me say, if you don't like something or you don't like the way things are going, you are able to approach the head coach and tell him like, oh, like, I don't like this, I don't like that. Like, what do you think I'm doing wrong, or what do you think I'm not doing good that I need to improve on? So being able to have that conversation with the coach, that's why I'm saying you might go somewhere else because of the money and stuff, but you might not have that same conversation or that freedom of you having to like speak up for yourself if things are not going the way you want it to go. Or also, you might go somewhere else and say you want more playing time, you might end up not even having to play no more, you just sit out. So I feel like when you know, like, you're in a good place where you have everything you need, playing wise, growing up as a person, I don't feel like there's a need for me for you to leave. So I feel like I had that confidence in the coaching staff and the Baylor basketball team, that they do want me back, that they trust me, and I also believe in myself that me coming back, I will be able to help the team to go far whatever aspect of the basketball that we go through.
So take me through this past offseason. So the year ends at Baylor. You deal with a season-ending knee injury. What what was the trigger that this year said, you know what, it's time for me to explore new options?
Um, so I would just probably say I need um more playing time. That's what I'm probably gonna say. Like more playing time and more like opportunity to show my skills. And I feel like here was the right place for me to do it because I never watched any of the Ohio State men's basketball, but when I came on a visit and I saw some of the film on the way they played, the way they used the big man, and I like that's what I'm looking for. So that's why I decided like, okay, I feel like this is a place where I'm going to come out and maximize my opportunity and my skills. So that played into like me coming into here and stuff.
So I know there's a lot of things that Jake Diebler said last offseason, even into this season, about how he wanted the team to play basketball. And at times, Ohio State just wasn't able to do that last year, whether it be with depth, whether it be with injuries, whether it be with overall style of play, experience. So, what about, I guess, your conversations with the coaching staff? You said the style of play. What specifically are you really excited about coming into this upcoming season in terms of your role, style of play, things like that?
Um, we play they play a lot of five out, and which is actually good. Like also that means not just me as a big man running up and down just setting screens, not having a feel for the ball. I feel like when you play five out, everyone is a playmaker, both from the big to the point guard. So I feel like having that feel of where I can play make for my teammate and also like play make for myself. I feel like that is what I was kind of looking for. Yes, coming like running from the floor, catch the ball, dribble handoff, like fake dribble and just go to the basket, or like running up, pop up, shoot a three and stuff. So I feel like that was what I was looking for. And that's what I saw on the film when Jake Dibble was showing me the film session, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I like, and this is where I want to come.
So I do have another question on the portal. There's this mystery of the transfer portal
Yep,
where everyone is dying to get news. Everyone wants to know when you're on campus. And for every player imaginable, everyone wants the news. And some programs like to keep it more hush than others.
yeah.
You were one where I think it was a day or two before the announcement was made. I was told, yeah, you're going to be a Buckeye, and that's great. A lot of times, like, you have no idea what's going to happen. So do you pay attention to social media at all throughout the portal? Did you feel any vibes of like everyone wants to know what the heck is going on with Josh or with Ohio State? Can you identify with that at all, or were you just like, I got to make my decision, like, screw social media, I'm staying off of that, all that stuff?
Um, I got a lot of texts from people. Like some of them are saying like, oh, they can help me figure out navigate where I should go. Some of them are telling me like, oh, have you found the school yet? Or like a lot of texts were like, oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Do you need help with anything? So at the end of the day, I just got to trust the people who are around me, like my agent, my family, also even the coaching staff at Baylor actually did help too. So I don't need all those outside noise of people coming in. Like you don't even know me before, so why am I going to like open up to you and tell you, "Oh, this is where I want to go"? Or this, that's what I'm saying. So a lot of the stuff on social media, I just cut it out. I don't reply to people who I don't know, or all of a sudden for a reason you're interested in my life, because I'm about to go to a different school. I don't know you, so I just feel like with social media, I just cut it out. Like when I was trying to transfer and stuff, all I was doing was talking to coaches, asking my family, um, talking to my agent, like, oh, what do you think is best? Do we think we should go here, or do you think we should keep talking to this school, or just move on and talk to someone else? So I feel like just keeping my circle small actually did help me in making my decision on with social media and stuff.
So I will say your social media is boring. That's not a bad thing. I would rather the college basketball players of the team that I follow probably be more boring than not. I'm scrolling through this morning. I'm like, I gotta find something on this guy, and it's basically just retweets of you. Like you dunk at Baylor, you block a shot at Baylor. I
Yeah,
think you guys went to Paris one year. Like that's about all you see. Like Josh's Instagram and his Twitter feed are basically just highlights of him at Baylor, which is great.
yeah.
So did you have fans like reaching out and DMing you from whether it be from Ohio State or elsewhere saying, "Hey, Josh, what are you going to do?" Like, did you see that stuff, or were you fully out on that?
Did I see? Did the people reach out to me? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
like
saying?
did you like fans specifically? Are they DMing you saying, "Hey, Josh, where are you going?"
Oh yeah, I had love that. If I open my Instagram now and go to my requests, there's a lot of message. A lot of people ask me where do you want to go. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, please don't leave." A lot of people are saying, "Oh, we can, please, we want you to stay." Like, oh, a lot of people are saying, "Where do you want to go? Do you have a school yet?" A lot of people are telling me, "Oh, come to this school. Oh, come to that school." So yeah, it was going. My Instagram was going off for a minute. Like I said, I don't. I feel like sometimes when you don't engage with people and stuff, it helps you. So I don't feel like I don't know them, so I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not about to like
Mm-hmm.
because I might end up saying something now. Someone go and post it on Instagram saying, "Oh, he said it's going here. Oh, he said this. He said that." So like no, I just look screw through it sometimes, and that's it. I don't even respond.
That's probably the right approach. I'm
Yeah,
sure everyone has their own approach. That's probably the best one to go after. So let's talk some basketball stuff here. We'll talk about rehab and then just some weird questions toward the end here. So first of all, as you have watched basketball the past few years, are there NBA players, college players, like anyone you model your game after, or players you enjoy watching? You'd say, yeah, I think I play like him.
I don't think I am. You see, I don't think I've think into like modeling my game to the way any NBA player or college player plays. But I know I love watching Giannis play. I
Mhm.
love I love the way he play, not just basketball, but I know so his story was kind of similar to mine. So that's why I always like love watching him play. Yeah,
Yeah. So in terms of your play style, so I'm sure people have seen highlights. People have questions about how you'll fit in at Ohio State this year.
yeah.
What would you say you're best at? What are some things that you're working on? Who's Josh as a basketball player?
Um, I'm I'm best at rebounding, and also I'm very very good at setting screens, ball screens. Um, I'm also good at running the floor, but my greatest skill that I have is defense. I'm able to guard 1 to 5, and I'm not scared of switching on anyone from guard to the bigs. I don't you don't care how short you are, how tall you are. I, I'm ready for the competition every time, any day. Just bring it up. I'm ready to guard anyone. That's one thing I know. Like it's my greatest strength is my defense.
I know versatility is huge for Jake Diebler, and I know fans who would be watching or listening to this right now would say, yeah, we could use some help on the defensive end, especially in the front court compared to last season. Um, is there a moment from your time at Baylor, whether it be offensively or defensively, a moment or a play, maybe even happened in practice, where you just look back on that and you say, man, that was really cool. That was a big play. Like that felt good. Anything like that you can think of?
Um, let me see. I would probably say the game we played against Kansas last season, where we're down by what 20
Hmm.
something at a half, and we came
Yep.
back and we did the whole second half was a whole different story. Yeah,
Hmm.
I feel like that game is actually probably one of my best memory, yeah, there at Baylor for sure.
So I specifically turned that game on. I was really excited for that game. I thought it was going to be a great game,
Yeah.
and then I saw, well, maybe not. So I'm flipping around and stuff, and then I see and I think did you guys lose VJ Edgecombe in that game?
Yeah, we did. I think we did.
Yeah. So I remember I think Edgecombe left with like maybe an ankle injury or something like that, and I was like, well, I guess I'll find something else to watch. And then I turn back and it's the lead is dwindling and dwindling, and you end up taking that game. So that was a fun game for me to watch at least.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was fun for you to participate in and play. Was there anything you felt shift in that game? Like, was there a moment where you said, "Yeah, we're winning this game"? Like, how do you stay in it when you're down by 20?
Oh yeah, when we got the back to back, we got a lot of back to back stuff, and we were scoring, and our point guard was going crazy, Rob Wright, and we keep saying, "Give him the ball, give him the ball." They can't guard him, they can't stop him, and we're like, "Oh yeah, I feel like yeah, we got this game." At that point, everyone on the court's mentality switched from like, "Oh, we down," like we're like, "Oh yeah, we're about to beat these guys." Not even just us, even the guys on the bench too, and the coaching staff believed like, "Yeah, we're about to win this game."
So take me through, I guess, the last question here, basketball related. Fans very curious about how the rehab is going. So you have the floor. How's the knee? How's rehab? How's all that going right now?
Oh, rehab is going great. I'm taking it one step at a time every day. I can tell a lot of difference, a lot of improvement from when I first hurt my knee and when I first started my rehab to like today. There's a lot of improvement and there's a lot of stuff that I'm grateful and I'm happy that our athletic trainer here is actually helping me with a lot of stuff, which actually going to help me to when I'm back and ready to play. So rehab has been going great. Uh, like I said, having the support of your family too, and like even the coaching staff, they checking in on me every time. They ask me, how's rehab going? How's rehab going today? Like, is there anything you need? Like anything going on? You want us to like help with something?" So I feel like that's actually helping me mentally to like keep pushing through rehab and stuff. So I rehab is going great for me. I don't have anything to complain about. I feel like I'm following the protocol that the doctor gave me, and everything is going great.
I know it's got to be tough. It's got to be tough right now. Like you said, I think before we started recording, guys are out playing open gym right now.
Yeah.
So, how do you have a date that you have set right now where you can really return to basketball activities, and have you targeted a date of I'm going to be ready to play by this date?
I don't have a date. Like I said, I'm taking rehab one day at a time. But I know like um me and the coaching staff are in a good space about how the stuff is gonna go, like when I'm back or when I'm not back. So I don't know yet. All I know is they told me to just focus on rehab and just take it one step at a time. If God willing, the rehabs go fine and I'm able to play, yeah, for sure I'm willing to join the team. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, we're excited for you. So let's ask some questions here that are going to be less basketball related and just somewhat weird.
Okay.
So you've had a couple days to get to know your teammates, really like be in person with just about everyone.
Yeah.
That said, if you right now like you had to pick one player or coach or anyone else in the program that you've met, who is going to be your emergency contact if something happens to you?
Um, I would say Luke Simmons. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, for sure.
Who's not going to be your emergency contact? 0% chance. Can't rely on them.
I don't know. I feel like all my teammates and the coaching staff are reliable to me. I'm being honest. So I feel like no, because I know everyone I've tested since I got here or who have asked for help. I've actually did help. So I don't feel like there's anyone on the team I would say if I'm not going to rely on. So yeah,
I've seen questions before. This maybe you've seen it too. Stephon Diggs in the NFL world, they ask a bunch of Minnesota Vikings players, who would you not let date your sister? And everyone answers Stephon Diggs. I'm not going to ask you that question. It's kind of similar to who would not be your emergency contact. But we'll move on. It's good to know. Like we've got high character guys here
yeah,
in Columbus.
yeah.
Are there any downsides of being 7 feet tall that people don't think about,
Um,
or near 7 feet tall?
I would say there's always struggles with clothes fitting and shoes. I'm gonna
Mhm.
be real with you. I don't feel like most of the times you don't. It's hard for you to go to the mall and see what's gonna fit apart from you ordering stuff online. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I feel like to me the struggle is just like um clothes, basically pants. Like a lot of times I buy clothes and the end of the pant is almost close to my knees, not getting down to my ankles and stuff. So yeah, but I feel like when I was growing up too, I didn't like the height though, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're so tall." They're looking at every time I walk into somewhere, they're just staring. So, but now since I'm hooping now and it's been a couple of years, I love it. I love being tall.
So, have you found a good fit for buying
Oh
pants
yeah,
at
yeah.
this point?
I found a place on the internet where I can get pants my
Okay,
size, which was
perfect.
hard for me
Again,
at first. I walk into the mall with some of my guys who are like 6'4" or 6 foot two and stuff, and they just going down and just grab pants and they just fit them. I'm out here going from store to stores, like I can't find nothing that fits me. So yeah, it's crazy.
you've got another potential NIL opportunity here. I'm full of ideas. So, next question. You can win a title, but the caveat is you will vomit uncontrollably once per year. You don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. You could be taking a test, you could be on a date, like you
Yeah,
have no idea.
yeah.
Once a year. So it's probably always in the back of your mind. Are you taking that deal?
You say I can win a title, like a national championship title?
National championship,
Oh
yes.
yeah, yes, I'm taking the deal.
So you're so the other way I could ask this would be like once a day you vomit uncontrollably. In my opinion, if you get to that point, it's just a part of your personality. Maybe there's a sponsorship deal somehow there. Maybe Dude Wipes is reaching out. I don't know, but it's something where you can just explain. It's like, oh, there goes Josh. Yeah, he's gonna vomit uncontrollably for about 30 seconds here, and he'll be back. So is it less or more interesting for you to say I would have to vomit uncontrollably once per day for the rest of my life?
To win national championship,
You're still winning the title. You're getting the ring.
I'm taking that.
Wow. All right. Josh is a winner. We'll take that.
I am taking that.
How about this? You win a national championship,
Yeah,
but for the 30 minutes after that national championship, in your press conference, you got reporters asking questions. All eyes are on you. Cameras are on you.
yeah.
You have to, I mean, ruthlessly insult your opposing coaches and players, not them, but their friends and family for 30 minutes. When the time hits 30 minutes, 0 seconds, you're done. But it's ruthless. You got to insult them.
I can't do that. No, I'm not doing that.
So we found the line. We found the line. Like you'll win, but there's a point where it's just not worth it.
No, I can't do that. Sorry. Nope.
That's that's good. That's probably the right answer. All right,
Yeah.
so a couple occupations here. Anyone in the program, players, coaching staff, otherwise. I'm going to give you an occupation. First name that comes to mind that yeah, I could see them doing this. Number one, exotic animal transportation.
Luke Simmons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mall Santa.
What is that?
So when you go to the mall, like in December, usually you've got usually an old guy, bald, who's dressed up like Santa and has children sitting on his lap.
Okay. I will give this one to Double D.
Who?
Jake.
Oh, Jake. Why? Why Jake?
I feel like he's gonna be. That's gonna be a good role for him because I feel like it's gonna be good with kids and stuff coming to the mall and saying like, yeah, I feel like that's a good fit for him for sure.
Okay, gotcha. He may not have the build, but I mean, if
Yeah,
it works,
but
it works.
anyway, it's gonna be in disguise with the masks and stuff and all
That's
the
true.
stuff. So
That's
they're not gonna
true.
know who he is. So yeah,
Yeah, we could maybe this is a thing that happens. You send your kids to the mall in Columbus, Polaris, wherever you go, and all of a sudden it's Jake Diebler under that
they were right
beard.
there. Yeah.
Let's go stay at home dad.
Stay at home dad. Hmm. I'll give it again to Luke. Luke Simmons.
We're just going all coaching staff right now.
Yeah,
How about
I don't know. Let me see. So what is this one?
Civil War reenactor? So if you're not familiar, someone who dresses up in the costume of someone who fought in the U.S. Civil War. They just reenact the Civil War every day. That's what they do.
Um, I'm gonna give this one to a player. So, I would say Devin Loyal.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right. I got a couple more here. So substitute teacher, but they're fired on day one.
Fired on day one.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce.
Why would Bruce get fired on day
I
one?
don't know. He's just goofy, so I feel like he's gonna get fired for sure. I give it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've got two more. A life coach, but they give terrible advice.
A life coach, but they give a terrible advice.
Mm-hmm. So maybe someone on the team who loves giving wisdom, but you gotta fact check. You gotta verify if this is actually something you should apply to your life. See, this is good. Anytime I have something that's somewhat negative, it makes you think.
I'm thinking right now. A life coach that gives bad advice. It's crazy. Does he have to be a coach or can he be a player?
Yeah, that works too. It doesn't matter.
Uh, I would say Devin Loyal.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. We got to get Devin on the show. Apparently, he's got something. He's got some
Yep.
questions to
You got to
answer.
get him on the show for sure.
All
If
right.
you're gonna see what I'm
Last
saying, when you
one.
get him on the show.
We got to get him on.
Yeah.
We have fans who want him on too.
Yeah.
Last one. Someone has to be a lawyer who's defending you. Who do you
Oh,
want there? You're accused of something. Who do you want defending you?
Luke Simmons.
We'll have Luke on the show as well, so
Yeah.
we'll ask him this. Maybe I'll have him next. It may be a nice way to continue the conversation. So
Yeah.
that works. Last question, Josh. What's your message to Buckeye Nation for 2025?
My message is gonna be that I'm here, and the goal is to win a national championship. So I feel like hopefully I'm gonna be able to play this season, so you guys can see and watch me play and kind of get to know who I am. But I'm telling you guys that the goal for us as a team and the coaching staff is to win a national championship for you guys.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Josh. We appreciate you being on the show today. You can follow him on all the socials. He's on Twitter. He's on Instagram. He doesn't post much on Twitter when the season starts, and he's dunking and swatting shots. He'll be there, I'm sure. But make sure you follow him. Center for Ohio State upcoming this year. By the way, didn't say this at any point, which is gross negligence on my behalf. Please do subscribe to the Views from the Shop podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, hit the like if you made it this far, and leave a comment there as well. Give a 5-star review. Shout out Nut House on all your podcast platforms as well. Josh, thanks so much for thanks so much for being here today, or having me, however you want to say it.
Thank
Until next time, we'll be rooting for you for the season as it comes up, and for health and all that stuff. But thanks for being here today.
you, man.